Welcome back to Dog Talk. I'm Sarah Turner here with Coach Boren. Dogs are coming off of a big win this week over Shelby County High School. Coach, how did you feel about the individual and team performance in the Shelby County game?
Well, I thought it was great. You never really know what you're going to get the first game of the year. And so for us, we had the advantage this year. We played a jamboree game, so we felt okay going into it. The variables are what changes. When I was looking at the forecast all through the week, we were 30% rain and good weather, and then it just slowly deteriorated over the day on Friday. And so that was a major component. It really affected the way we called the game and the strategy behind do we punt, do we go for it, do we put the ball in the air. All that aside, anytime you can come out on top is a big deal. Shelby County is a much bigger school than us, and you saw that in the numbers. I think they had 22 one-way starters. We might have played 22 kids in the game both ways. So for our kids to fight and compete and do what they did when their backs were against the wall and to hold on late, especially considering they got down inside the 5-yard line with no time left, and to have a couple big plays back to back, make a really big stop at the end to win the game was great for our team and our kids and community, and just a really good way to kick off the 23 season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the game got off to a slow start, scoring all of the points in the third quarter. So what allowed, coming out of halftime, what allowed the offense to get going on those big plays?
It's kind of like that in a lot of games. You watch college football over the weekend, it just takes a little time. It's hard to replicate, especially at a school our size. It's hard to replicate in any practice. But, at a school our size where we are predominantly two-way players, being able to match the speed and the intensity that you're going to get on Friday nights is sometimes difficult to do. And so I think a lot of times when you get started off, we talk to our kids about trying to start early and thrive in the first 8 minutes of the game was one of our kind of key points for the week leading into the game. That's tough to do because you just don't get what you get on Friday night on a Tuesday in practice. And that's the goal, obviously. Perfection and playing at that level is what we want, but it's really, really hard to replicate. And so, it did start off slow, but we're a defensive-minded team, and part of that is because of the great effort we had on defense. And so really when you go into halftime, you sort of try to figure out what do you want your openers to be in the third quarter. You try to figure out what are we getting, is it different than what we get on tape. Our film leading into this game was almost non-existent because we didn't swap jamboree games, and we based everything off of what last year's team did, which is new personnel, new players. And so sometimes as you get into the flow of the game, it takes a little time to figure it out. But obviously we made a ton of adjustments. We busted the outside zone run with Rosario midway through the third quarter. We were a little bit more effective through the air, even with the rain in the third quarter. And so I think as we got into the game and got our footing going, we got much, much better. Defensively, it was play 1 to play 60. They played lights out all night.
Was there a different defensive game plan in this game than there would be in a different game?
No, I think, we changed our defense over the summer. And so, sometimes you get the fear of the unknown, but I thought what we did and what we have intended to do defensively really matches our personnel. The one thing you saw us is we flew around to the ball. Traditionally here, we've played more interior defensive linemen. As our talent and our kids and what our body types are this year, we put more speed on the back end of it. We took a D lineman out and added kind of a rover, roll down safety guy. And so that probably helped us, especially on the final play. When they pushed the back to the field and went quads, we were able to kind of get off that block and play it inside out and make a great tackle. So, all in all, again, just a phenomenal night. And when we look back on this night, it's going to be the effort and the intensity we played with. There's a ton to clean up. We worked really hard this week on fixing us and identifying what we need to make better. But the one thing, and I told the newspaper this after the game, the one thing you can't fix is you can't fix your locker room. And what I do know about this team is we have good kids in the locker room, and we think that's going to pay dividends for us down the road.
Right, and the Bulldogs lost to Shelby County last year. So do you think that changed the mindset going into this game?
Yeah, I think getting off on a good note is a really big deal. Again, I know we've talked some in the past and last week about the process of building a team. And I think to go through what we went through in the off season in the summer and coming together as a team in fall camp, I don't know that we're by no means are we a finished product. But what we are is we may have some confidence that, what we did in the early stages of the season has helped get us to this point. And obviously we need to see that again on Friday night as we open region play.
Yeah, so going into that, how do you hope to build off the momentum from this game going into Hale County?
Well, we need to carry it, and we need to be better on offense, and I think we will, and we've got to continue to do what we did defensively. This is a really difficult game for us because, what Hale County presents is completely different than what Shelby County presents. The head coach at Hill County is a really, really good coach. He and I have gone against each other a number of times when we were both coaching in college. He was at Cumberland University in Tennessee. He's got a great background, having spent time at Troy. The offense that they run is very unique and it's very difficult. And it's really, I would just define it as more of a wing tee, smash mouth style of offense that has evolved to play in the 21st century. I mean, they spread you out, they condense formations, all the great things that you see happening on Saturday and Sundays from a formational standpoint, they do. And so, it's going to be a difficult game because it's really blending of two types of styles that try to get you outnumbered formationally and alignment-wise, and they do a really good job of it.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Great win this past week. Good luck this week.
Yeah, we're excited. We appreciate you having here. Obviously we need our fans to show up Friday night. I know we're traveling to Tuscaloosa, but, this is a big deal. And so one of the things that we've tried to do with our kids is we rented charter buses to go to this game. As we take steps to grow, and again, some of this is with our booster club and the financial resources to make it, we want to treat our athletes in a first-class manner. And so we're really excited to get on a travel and a charter bus this weekend and travel to Tuscaloosa. And we hope that we have great, turnout with our fans and our support. And I know that we will because we have a good community. And I think everybody will be excited to go to the game Friday night.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We're here now with Dee and Christian, two players on the Montvale High School football team. Dee, you had 2 interceptions during the Shelby County game. So talk to me about what you saw from the Wildcats offense to allow you to make those plays.
We was going over their plays all week, so I knew to jump the route and getting past breakups the whole game. Yeah.
Awesome. And you had the great kick return to open the third quarter, second half. So talk to me about how that play went down.
I always just hit the hole, and I saw the hole was closing, so I just bounced it out, and I knew my teammate Javon was going to block for me, so I just kept it going, slowed it down, and kept it at a steady pace.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, for our senior spotlight this week, I'm joined by Ben and Braden, 2 of our seniors on the team. How did you guys feel about your both individual and team performance in the Shelby County game?
I feel like it was a good, strong team effort. We had a lot of guys go out there and just really put their heart out into it, fight strong. And, we got down at some points in the game when they started coming back, but, I feel like team energy, especially on the sidelines from our guys, and out on the field, I think we just really stuck it together and pulled through.
Yeah, like he said, we were down 30-0 at halftime, but we really never lost composure. We were just all in it together. We had a lot of younger guys on the sideline, make everybody be loud. Then last play of the game, everything came together. Christian's kick return really put the tempo to our favor, and then from there we just kept going. That's really all that happened.
And thanks to all of D's interceptions, it really kept us in the game because I think without that it'd have been a different ball game.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, going off of you're talking about plays, is there a specific moment or play that stands out to you guys from the game?
Both of the interceptions and the kick return just turned everything around.
Yeah, I think coming out the half, kind of giving us that momentum that we needed. Christian, I remember talking to Christian on the sidelines. I was like, "Look, we need this one right here. Let me see some." And he goes out there and he gets the touchdown, and it really kind of turned it around. And then we had an interception late in the game by Keyston, which kind of really helped us as well. Gave us the ball back and was able to let us run out the clock some.
Is there anything you guys think the team still needs to work on going into this week?
I think we still need to work on figuring out which plays are what and lining up because that's our main thing is our alignment. And I think once we can get that down, I think we'll be pretty unstoppable.
Yeah, just sticking together, which last year really wasn't a family. This year we're all the family. Not really that much arguing, just everybody coming together and being a family atmosphere. It's very good.
Yeah, not just putting people down, but we all like each other, so it's easier to bring each other up and have a good time out there.
Mm-hmm. What are you guys looking forward to most about your senior season?
Me personally, I want to get a touchdown. It's probably not going to happen, but who knows? I want to make sure me and Braden keep making our extra points and stuff, so that's all I really care about right now.
Yeah, I just want to make the playoffs, go deep in the playoffs. Have a good senior season. I'm ready for senior night, and I'm ready for our first home game as well.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to.
Make it enjoyable for the other guys out there. Make sure we have fun. It's not just a game, but it's something we enjoy doing, and it's just kind of our life right now. So it's we put everything into it. So I'm looking forward to a good season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And both of you are multi-sport athletes, so how do you take skills that you've learned in other sports and put them on the football field?
I like to think maybe it's like not a lot about the skills of the game, but more the how you deal with the team and how you deal with adversity to like take on the other teams. Because like for me, going from football, we didn't have a great season last year, but knowing how to deal with that let me go into my soccer season and let us take us far because we know how to deal with things that get us down. We lose in 2 games in area play, but still making a way to get to the playoffs and go into the 3rd round, which is good.
Yeah, same as he said. I play baseball and football, so last year we had a bad season in baseball, and I took a year off of football. But yeah, just like working together, I can take a lot of stuff that I learned from football so far this year, and there's still a lot more to go. Just to take the baseball with me, so we have a better season this year, and just the team atmosphere. That's all. If you have a good bond with your teammates, then everything else falls in place.
Absolutely, yeah. And how do you see yourselves matching up to Hale County this week?
Well, I think it's gonna be a good matchup. I think we're gonna have the upper hand because I think we're more of a team than they are. I think we know each other better and we're able to play off each other's strengths more than I think they can. I think that's gonna propel us to a victory.
Yeah, going off what he said, just that team atmosphere once again. As long as we're together, we're unstoppable, and that's the way we look at it.
Awesome. Good luck this week. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week.
All right,
Thank
thank you.